There's one company that stands out as the clear fast food winner of all time, and that's McDonald's. This company is what some analysts like to call recession-proof, and before you think that McDonald's is just a fast food outlet, you will be wrong. It's actually a real estate company. Looking at its 2019 balance sheet, you will see this number, $39 billion. That's the current value of all its property and equipment. That technically makes it the fifth largest real estate holder in the world. Just like other fast food outlets like Burger King and Subway, the company was able to grow so fast and reach so many countries around the world through what is called franchising. 85% of its restaurants are owned by someone who essentially leases the McDonald's name and brand in exchange for a considerable fee. What makes the company so unique is that unlike other similar fast food giants, McDonald's makes the majority of its revenue from rents, not burgers. To be more precise, in 2019, 64% of its $11.6 billion in franchise fees came in the form of rent. This is how it works. McDonald's has decades of experience buying and selling properties. It knows the precise ingredients of a successful location. It shops around, usually for intersections between two high-traffic roads, and buys space in whichever corner has the most parking. The ideal space is around 50,000 square feet, 4,500 for building space. The intersection should also have traffic lights. It then buys the property with long-term fixed interest rates. Because of its huge existing property holdings, this provides it with the most favorable interest rate deals. Then someone applies to operate their own McDonald's location, and signs a company franchise agreement, stipulating nearly every detail of how the business will operate, from how the burgers are cooked, to the hours of operation. For example, they can only purchase from an approved supplier, who may or may not be the best or cheapest option. The franchisee, which is now the local owner, generally makes a total upfront investment of between $1 and $2 million for a single location, including an initial down payment paid in cash, a one-time franchise fee of $45,000, and a % royalty of every month's revenues. These are usually 20-year contracts, which also states that the restaurant must be located at that specific address, the one that McDonald's, the corporation, just bought. In other words, McDonald's instantly now has a tenant, and one which will always pay above market rates. Some people might characterize this as a valuable service, or a ruthless business tactic. Indeed, one franchise union found that the average franchise tends to pay an average of 6 to 10% of its sales in rent, while McDonald's franchisees pay 8 to 15%. And if a location fails to perform as expected, McDonald's can simply find a new franchisee for that location after the contract has expired, or sell the land to someone else entirely, likely at a significant profit. So, why do franchisees agree to these strict requirements? Simply because it's seen as an incredibly safe investment. This model, despite the fees, the initial startup costs, and even the annual revenues, the odds of success are relatively high. For example, the average location makes $2.7 million in sales every year, with a respectable usual $154,000 in final take-home profit. But because McDonald's is so demanding, it can be a very solid investment. Applicants have to meet high standards though to become franchisees, and once they do, they have little control over their own business, but all these factors reduce their risk. While other franchises may have fewer requirements, they also come with greater risk. The owner of a McDonald's can be pretty sure they will do well if they have a good location, and are meeting customer standards. McDonald's trains its franchisees in what it calls Hamburger University, the company's internal system of teaching business owners all the skills and knowledge they need. But for McDonald's, the main benefits of owning property are far greater than just an additional source of revenue from franchisees. It's no exaggeration to call it an entirely different business model. It understands that real estate is a far better business than hamburgers. The first reason is just a function of American tax law, which offers heavy tax breaks for depreciation, even while that same property may increase in value over time. The biggest advantage is the long-term stability of property prices. Along with Walmart, McDonald's was one of the only two stocks in the Dow Jones Industrial Average to increase in value in 2008. It's also one of the 60 or so members of the so-called dividend aristocrats, stocks that have increased their dividends annually for 25 consecutive years. Recessions are only a welcome opportunity to buy up discounted properties. When things are truly catastrophic, like during a pandemic, the real estate model outsources risk to franchisees, who are contractually obligated to pay a minimum amount of rent regardless of sales. All of this is reflected in the upward trend of franchised McDonald's locations and downward trend of the few remaining company-operated locations. If anything, McDonald's is actively trying to remove itself from the fast food industry. But this naturally raises a question. If McDonald's makes a huge portion of its profits in the form of rent and managing real estate, why not split off the real estate holdings into a new company? If they did that, they would have a very stable, active, and profitable real estate investment trust, one immune from the variability of fast food and changing consumer appetites. In fact, a group of investors suggested this very idea in 2015. The company, however, decided not to do it, believing that its property model is what makes it unique, and that doing both is what makes it remarkably efficient and profitable. This is a fantastic way to show how one of the largest and most profitable companies in the world uses real estate as a wealth building tool. That's it for now. We hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. See you soon for the next Money Smart Investor story.